Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Biochemistry Concepts. This video is about metabolism of HDL, that is high density lipoprotein. Coming to synthesis of HDL, HDL is synthesized in intestinal mucosal cells and also in liver cells. Coming to synthesis of intestinal HDL, so in the intestinal mucosal cells, the polysomes on rough endoplasmic reticulum, they synthesize the apoprotein A, and this apoprotein A, after its synthesis, is assembled with lipids to form the nascent HDL, and then it is released into the circulation. Coming to hepatic HDL synthesis, again in liver cells, the polysomes on rough endoplasmic reticulum, they synthesize two apoproteins, that is apoprotein A and apoprotein C, and these apoproteins are assembled with lipids to form nascent HDL, and this nascent HDL is also released into the circulation. The difference between nascent HDL of intestine and nascent HDL of liver is nascent HDL of liver contains two apoproteins, ApoA and ApoC, whereas the intestinal HDL contains only one apoprotein, and that is it has only apoprotein A. Now, the nascent HDL, which is released into circulation by intestinal mucosal cells and liver cells, is now modified by adding one more apoprotein, that is ApoE. This ApoE is synthesized in liver, and this ApoE is added to the nascent HDL in the circulation. The shape of nascent HDL is like a disc. That's why it is called as discoidal nascent HDL. So, nascent HDL contains a phospholipid bilayer with apoproteins and free cholesterol. Now, the nascent HDL accepts cholesterol from the extrahepatic tissues and is converted into spherical HDL, that is HDL3. Now, coming to the events that occur in the conversion of nascent HDL into HDL3. So, there are two important mechanisms that are involved in the transport of cholesterol from extrahepatic tissues to the HDL. So, now one of the important mechanisms for the reverse cholesterol transport involves a type of transporter proteins called as ATP binding cassette transporters. So, there are two such proteins involved in reverse cholesterol transport, and those are ABCA1 and ABCG1. So, these proteins, they are involved in the reverse cholesterol transport. So, basically these ABCA1 and ABCG1 transporters are members of a family of transporters that couple hydrolysis of ATP to the binding of substrate. So, whenever that happens, it enables these transporters to transport the substrate. Here the substrate is cholesterol. So, it enables these transporters to transport cholesterol across the membrane. Coming to the function of ABCG1, so this transporter mediates the transport of cholesterol from cells to the HDL, whereas ABCA1 promotes the transport of cholesterol to the pre-beta HDL or ApoA1, which are converted into HDL3 via discoidal HDL. There is one important enzyme called as lecithin cholesterol acyl transferase, in short LCAT. So, this enzyme plays important role in the conversion of nascent HDL to HDL3. So, basically the cholesterol which is transported from the extrahepatic tissues into the HDL is modified by adding a fatty acid. So, this enzyme LCAT, which is attached to the nascent HDL, that is discoidal HDLs, it transfers one fatty acid from lecithin. Lecithin is a phospholipid. So, it transfers a fatty acid from this lecithin to incoming cholesterol. So, due to this, cholesterol is stored in the core of the lipoprotein, that is HDL, in the form of cholesterol ester. In simple, the function of this enzyme is it modifies the cholesterol which is entering into the HDL by adding a fatty acid, so that cholesterol is converted into cholesterol ester. And during this modification, the phospholipid, that is lecithin, is converted into lysolecithin. Now, HDL3 is formed. This HDL3 is again converted into HDL2. So, as we discussed, there are two different mechanisms in which cholesterol is transported, and the second mechanism is using the receptors called as scavenger receptor B1. So these scavenger receptors of class B1, these are identified as the HDL receptors, and these SRB1 receptors, they have dual role in HDL metabolism. So one of the functions of SRB1 receptors is in the liver and steroidogenic tissues, for example in adrenal glands. These scavenger receptors of B1 type, they bind to HDL via ApoA1, and the cholesterol ester is selectively delivered to the cells. So during this process, HDL particle along with ApoA1 is not taken up. And the other function of scavenger receptor B1 is in other tissues, means other than liver and steroidogenic tissues, this SRB1 mediates the acceptance of cholesterol from the cells by HDL. So HDL transports cholesterol to the liver for excretion via the bile. So this mechanism is called as the reverse cholesterol transport. So HDL3 accepts cholesterol from the tissues via SRB1 receptors, and the cholesterol is then esterified by lecithin cholesterol acyltransferase, which leads to increase in the size and decrease in the density of the particle to form HDL2. HDL3 is then reformed from HDL2 in two ways. One is it may be formed after delivery of cholesterol ester to the liver via the SRB1 receptors, or HDL3 may be reformed by the hydrolysis of HDL2 phospholipids and triacylglycerols by hepatic lipase. In the liver, the cholesterol esters are degraded to cholesterol, and this cholesterol is utilized for the synthesis of bile acids and lipoproteins, or it may be excreted into bile.